Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whenever you're watching this. Casey Lynn here. It's Thursday. I might seem a little out of it, but I wanted to get on camera and talk to everybody. I didn't get to do a podcast for the Shea podcast yesterday. Why? The death of my dog Shea, and that is the reason for this video. This is not a podcast. I will not be posting this on our YouTube page. This is just a video that I will post wherever. And the reason I'm posting it, for two reasons. I wanted to honor my dog Shea, video-wise, by me talking, and also it's therapeutic for me to talk, and it helps me get out my feelings. So bear with me here. I might seem a little out of it. Shea, my dog, 10 years old. She turns 11 in January, middle of January. She passed away yesterday, so I might be a little out of it. It's been about just 24 hours. But I'm on camera here, and I'm doing this selfishly for me. I wanted to talk to you guys and let some things out. We'll get into some Mets baseball, Shea hello, and whatever else comes to mind. I wanted to thank, first of all, everybody on Twitter who sent a message to me, whether they replied to my tweet that is at the top right now, not pinned, the top tweet with a reply, or sent me a direct message. Many of you did that, or the ones that I'm close with on Twitter, a phone call or text, thank you, and we have spoken. It means the world to me. The times like this, I've never been, fortunately, through a time like this. I've lost dogs before, but they were family dogs. Don't mind my Sango Go Sport t-shirt. Seems a little small, but it's all good. But Shea was my dog. And as I wrote in our Shea Hello Media newsletter, perhaps I wrote it there, or tweeted it, or texted it to a friend, I don't know. Shea, I rescued Shea from a shelter on Long Island 10 years ago, 2013, November 15th, actually 2 weeks basically ago. It was 10 years that we celebrated together. I got her when she was around 10 months. But she really rescued me. When I got her, she was 30 pounds, sick, anemic. Whoever left her, or however they found her, malnourished, we beefed her up. Perfectly healthy her whole life. Fast forward to 2 summers ago, August of 2022, she was diagnosed with Cushing's disease. Then had a big scare in her mouth for tumors that came up benign. But Cushing's disease, no cure, put her on meds, and it was a whirlwind. But Cushing's is basically a tumor, but you can live with it. It's a lot, it was hard, but it took a turn for the worse, I want to say this past August. So really a year after she was diagnosed with Cushing's. She was diagnosed with a brain tumor, inoperable, and they gave her 3 to 6 months to live. And basically they were right. It was 4 if we would make it to December 1st. I never wanted her to suffer. She didn't really for the first couple months. Neurologically, she would just spin around, but she was eating. She was doing everything normal, but her back legs were giving out. And then it really took a turn for the worse the last month. Really couldn't walk. And then other things that yesterday I had to make I made the decision I never wanted to. I said it's time, and the rest, we know what happened. Only 24 hours ago. I haven't even processed it. Um, if I do, I mean, I processed it, but if I let the tears flow, which they have, but like they will flow eventually, it's inevitable. It's going to be like a floodgate that opened, and all the water is going to come through it, and I don't want to drown. It's going to happen. So right now, I'm trying to distract myself, do what I have to do personally, but Shea was my everything. I don't have any kids. Here's a picture of Shea when she was a little pup. Hold it up. Lived on Long Island, right by the beach. You can see the water there. She would stand up and bark at the dogs walking down the street. Total human person. Didn't like dogs, but you could see on the balcony of my house, she could bark all she wants because she's high enough to do it. That's how I'm going to remember her. And then last year, when she was diagnosed with Cushing's, my girlfriend got me this. A Drawing by Athletes logo. Shout out to him. This turned into one of those neon signs that you see. And I have a billion other pictures, as we all do if we have a pet. Now, I don't know if you're watching this, if you follow Say Hello, follow me. You can see this on the For You page on Twitter, or it was retweeted. But I am the founder and president of Shea Hello Media. Shea_Hello is the username on Twitter, X. Now, if you're not a dog lover or an animal lover, or you're a cat person or whatever, put it this way: Shea was my daughter. I'm saying a lot, but I don't care. I'm noticing it too. Lack of sleep. She was my daughter. I even had separation anxiety. Excuse me when I take a sip of water. I had separation anxiety, nothing crazy. Even when I just was out, like 99% of her life I was with her. I was drawn to her. The story about, I just want to say it because it's kind of cool. When we were at North Shore Animal League on Long Island, November 2013, I was with my sister, and we were looking, didn't know if we were going to get and rescue a dog. Went through the whole shelter, all the cages with the dogs, and I just kept saying, nope, nope. 30 minutes of walking around, final 2 cages. My sister's 20 feet in front of me. She stops, I stop, and we see this dog, like this, standing, and she's tall. Shea, when she was on her, back in the day, when she had strength in her legs, she would get up like here on me. Tall dog. Technically, she was a Vizsla, but really a mutt. Greyhound, Beagle, Lab, tall, fast. Her legs were long. And you see her, she was on her legs, standing. And that's what she was at the shelter, in the cage. And I just stopped right there, 20 feet behind my sister, and Shea was standing there. My sister went up to the dog at the time. We eventually named her Shea, and Shea was kissing my sister, and I just knew right then and there that was the dog. Took her home that day, and the rest was history. Had her every day until today. It is the first day I don't have my dog, and I don't want to cry on camera, and I'm okay being very vulnerable on camera. I don't care. I know Twitter is a cesspool, and people might think, oh, I'm doing this for attention or clicks, or no, I'm doing this for therapeutic reasons. I've written many tweets. I've written a newsletter. This is for me. Also, like I said in the beginning, therapeutic for me to talk about it. And I just want to honor Shea, and I haven't slept much lately, and whatever time this morning I wrote an article that Shea, it was entitled Shea Goodbye. Now Shea Hello Media is not going anywhere. If anyone knows me, I'm stubborn, I'm persistent, and I work my ass off. And we're not just a Mets account. We're not. Right now, we follow the Mets. And I could say right now we are a Mets media company. But we're eventually not going to be. But you got to start somewhere. The reason I wrote that article titled Shea Goodbye, and you can find it, I posted it on Twitter, Instagram. Instagram, you can follow us at Shea Media, or you can subscribe to our newsletter. Go into the link tree on my bio, Shea or my bio, and click newsletter, subscribe. It's free, and I have what we're doing with Shea there. And basically, we're going to use Shea and honor her, and if it's going to fuel me and our staff and our sponsors and everybody who invested. Shea is going nowhere. If anything, her passing, and while I'm devastated, and you might not see it or hear it in my voice, but whatever the word is, the worst word you could think of, I am that. Shea was my why, my daughter. And while I knew she was sick for a month, a year and a half, I knew this day was going to come. And I never wanted her to suffer. And she didn't. At the end. And I made that decision. But my feelings are raw right now. It's tough. Many of you have said that you've lost dogs, and I have too. Again, family dogs. Shea was my dog, and it hits differently. The world just seems empty. I feel broken inside. And everyone says, remember the good memories, and I'm trying, but it's too soon. Today, within 24 hours, I'm already going through her stuff and moving things around. It's a whirlwind, but that's how I operate. Basically, Shea, obviously named after Shea Stadium, wouldn't want me to stop doing what I love. And there were two things, and there are still two things. I love Shea, always will. She will be here. And the Mets. And it just so happens yesterday, the Mets, the night that, I'm grieving, where's my dog? She should be here with me. Where did she go? And all that stuff I'm not going to get into. The Mets made two minor moves, Luis Severino and Joey Wendell. And, all right, low risk 1-year deal with Severino. Probably the worst pitcher in the league last year. 45 starts in 5 years, the last 5. Only 29. But $13 million is a lot of money to me. But Uncle Steve, money's nothing. But I thought he wanted to get under the luxury tax, but I guess a 1-year deal won't really make much of a difference because everything's coming off the books at the end of the year. They have like $90 million in dead money with McCann. Verlander and Scherzer. If he wants to be at number 5 and show me, bring it on. The Mets are going to get many more arms. Yamamoto, the other lefty Japanese pitcher, Montgomery, Erod. They're going to get probably 2 of who I just mentioned. They have to. Steve Cohen, he's a shark. Richest owner in sports. He's going to outbid anybody and everybody if he wants a player, just like he does with Art. If he wants Ohtani, he'll get him. I have no issues with waiting around as long as we do. It's November, for Christ's sake. After Wendell and Severino, the Mets have 30 men on their 40-man roster. 10 more players will have to be signed, and there will be others that will be signed to a minor league deal. There could be trades. Burns, Glasnow, who knows? Bieber. Mets are going to contend to 2024. Hard. Not getting Soto. They'll sign him. Just like they will with Pete at the end of the year. Hopefully Pete before Alonso I'm talking about. But let another team for 1 year set prospects and then lose Soto, who's going to go to free agency under Boris, sign for 400 whatever million with the Mets. It's going to happen. I've been saying it for years. Mets are not going to trade everyone they just got for a 1-year rental with not knowing if they're going to get Soto. Just go on the free agency. Let the Yankees trade their top prospects. Lose in the wild card round or ALCS or whatever, and then lose Soto to the Mets. That's my take on the 2 moves that just happened. Didn't get to talk about it on the podcast. We have to cancel it. This month, just wanted to talk about a little here. Uh, as I wind down this, I don't even know what you want to call it. I just want to send my gratitude for everybody who sent me messages and continuing. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not hiding. I'm not deactivating Twitter. As you can see, I'm right here. I'm literally in your face. Um, it's my way of grieving right now. Maybe in a week, I'm not going to want to speak to anybody or tweet or write or whatever. I have people help for say hello. But right now, talking helps. I'm not in front of being in the camera. But I will miss Shea. And if you're a dog owner or animal lover and have lost, you know it's the worst. And it is. I don't, the pain that I feel is, oh my God. But this video was more to honor Shea, but a little bit about Shea Low. And I told you, talk very quickly about those 2 minor moves, and many more are going to come, especially around a week from now, next Tuesday, winter meetings, the 4th through the 7th of December. It's when it all starts, the big moves, the domino effects. I believe in Steve Cohen, so therefore I believe in David Stearns. And they did very well in announcing their coaching staff. It will become official very soon. Gibbons, I love as the bench coach. As a Met fan, I'd be pumped. I would be. Steve Cohen knows what he's doing. He wanted Stearns for a long time, and he got him. Here we are. Stearns builds little things for now and for tomorrow. That's what he did with Severino. This is not a Wilpon move, not a Brody Van Wagenen move. The money, it's not my money. I don't care. Good for Severino. He doesn't deserve it, but go out and have your 1 year, show me year. After 8 years with the Yankees and 45 starts, 5 years. Wendell, personally, I would have kept Yereme, but you know what? When you get a new POBO and David Stearns, he's allowed to do whatever the crap he wants. And if you wanted to get rid of Yereme and go his route, basically Wendell is his replacement. Yereme, to me, the better glove. Wendell's very good with the glove. A lot similar, plays the same positions, lefty, no batting gloves. But Stearns wanted to go with his guy. Okay. Yereme will catch on with another team. Unless you're going to make it crazy and not moves, because they have to. And even if they didn't have to, they would have anyway. Steve is a shark. What he wants, he gets. Art, baseball players, everything around City Field. Yeah, that's really all I have to say. You made it through around this 20 minutes. Thank you. Again, not a podcast. The Shea Low Podcast Weekly with my co-host, former Met, Generation K, Bill Pulsifer. We'll be back next week. We just couldn't do it yesterday or the day before to record. But here is me in front of the camera, letting you know how I feel, and also just letting people know it's okay not to be okay. We all go through a lot of shit. Life is not easy. You're looking at me at raw and vulnerable Casey in one of his worst times of his life. Not many people are okay with being out there, but I am. And, I've been very open about my gambling. 3 years sober coming up January. It's been 30 whatever months, 34 months, whatever, 12 times 3, 36 months would be, whatever, I am so tired. January 23rd will be 3 years sober of no gambling. You would think this would be a time where that vice would come back and I would go right back to it, but I'm not. Shea wouldn't want me to. That's why I'm here, talking. It's better than going to the casino or betting on a random football game tonight. And my DMs are always open. I've always said it. Maybe a lot of people don't know that. I post a screenshot of the time of days or months or years that I've been sober with gambling. So my DMs are open if anyone needs to talk about that. Life's hard. It's not straight. Curveballs, hills and valleys, mountains, all that. But I feel better about talking. You might not see it in my face or my tone, but I feel better. but obviously I'm devastated, sad, but I'm happy that I did this. If you bared with me for the 20 minutes, thank you. If you want to drop me a line or DM me on KCJ underscore 516 or at Shea underscore hello, or if you're watching on Instagram, DM me it wherever you find this. I'll respond. Just let me know you watched this, but I'll post it, so I guess I'll figure that out. Thanks for watching. God bless you all. Be kind to everybody. Life is short. Thanks again. I'm out.